Our conditions remaining bullish in this bull market. Seeing a little bit of a pause here yesterday, but S&P 500 has really just rocketed off of the bottom here, and we're seeing momentum back up in that bullish trending zone location. Also seeing breadth really improving right here significantly, and sentiment still towards the upper end of that range, just having a quick shot off of those lows back down and then right back up again. Typically, we see market bottoms happening with sentiment at the bottom. Here, something like this. So when we have these first moves down, when they're led by momentum, typically that's not a significant or major bottom. So we'll watch to see if we get some continuation here. If we do start to see any kind of weakness in sentiment, now that we are towards the upper end of this range, but we are seeing nice continuation here on buy-sell ratio, also up to 3.92, and continuing to accelerate with a positive breadth right here. If we take a look at S&P 500, seeing it approaching that 565 range, getting back up to those all-time highs, and looking for a range now of that 554 to 565 range, where we could see some volatility inside of that range. Ideally, in the shorter term, we don't break through any levels at that 554 on S&P 500. Continuing to see really good strength here in the Dow, making all-time highs or testing it, looking for a breakout there very closely. Continuing to see TLT also in that upper momentum zone above the 236 location and trending this direction, and then still in that buy zone, as we want to see from long-term bonds and short-term bonds also. As we anticipate interest rates to come back down, this bond price needs to continue to trend this direction, and it's in both the long-term and the short-term bonds are sitting inside that momentum zone. So watch to see how interest rates continue to react right here. We are seeing sectors also continuing to show strength. We've got energy and technology, which have been the laggards, and really everything else in uptrends currently. Commodities, seeing that gold run, continuing to produce 0.32 on the upside there for GLD, and SLV also working its way back up into that upper momentum zone. If we can get a breakout above that 2740 range on SLV, and then USO having a real big move yesterday, up 3% and working its way back to the upside pretty quickly right here. If we go out to that 1 year time frame, we talked about this before, just a pretty volatile range right here on USO, but working its way back to that upper range on working it back towards that 236 location. Let's look at some muscle stocks here in this group. Now, seeing some really nice names here in that medical bio pharma space. DNTH, 6-month and 1 year time frame looking really good here. The 6-month time frame, you can see it's pulling still that little downtrend there. If I switch that over to the 1 year, you've got a really nice long base on this stock, sitting right here where we could get some momentum building back to the upside. Again, sometimes that's the price we pay as momentum traders, as we do get some whipsaw action in anticipation for trending moves. We're willing to take some of those smaller stop outs in order to catch the trend, in order to catch one of these moves, and we do. That does happen with whipsaw. That's really the only downside where we get some of that volatility. We're seeing some really nice patterns here across the board, though, on some of these names that have had some nice momentum. LBPH also in that medical biotech space, Longboard Pharmaceuticals, nice confirmation bar, big volume increase, sitting right at the 236 location. This is really a really nice buy setup. One of the ones to be looking for right there, with the confirmation move, increased volume, sitting right at momentum, and then having that long counter trend or correction. LBPH, keep an eye there. Also AEYE, AI, interesting. Nice confirmation bar here also, and increased volume. Take a look at that muscle stocks group today. Some nice setups there for you to consider. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.